I want to ask you about LeBron James doing what he's doing at the age of 36. Tom Brady, we just saw win a Super Bowl at the age of 43. And you played your last NBA game at the age of 32. We're living in an entirely different time right now. But I just wonder, do you believe that we need to adjust, all of us need to adjust our idea of what constitutes old in sports?
100% we do. And the reason why is because, nutrition is better, training is better, and the athlete, him and herself are better. So what used to be in the NBA professionally, in the NBA and also I would say in the NFL, you really only had a 10-year career. The last 2 or 3 years that you were hanging on, you were just hanging around to get paid to fill out your contract. But, those peak years, for an athlete normally was from, 19 to 30. By the time you got 31, 32, it was down the hill. Nowadays, the way players and teams and everyone else is looking at conditioning and training, you can easily look at, extending those pro careers another 10 to 15 years of excellent play because of, medicine and everything else that's happening.
Let's just go about the diet piece of this. That's fascinating. I remember, now we're going back a long ways, but you're playing for the Pistons, and I'm covering a game, and I'm in the locker room about 2 hours before a game, and Rick Mahorn, has a cup of coffee like the size of your head, and he has one of the ball kids or someone who's working in the locker room bring him over what had to be, I promise you I'm not exaggerating, what had to be 10 packets of sugar, maybe more.
Yeah,
and just dumping it all in the coffee. And that's kind of what guys would use. That was what constituted like something that would get you ready for the game, as opposed to now where there's all this science that would give you whatever hydration and electrolytes and all that kind of stuff before a game. Is that the kind of thing you're talking about?
Exactly. We had no idea or any concept of how our body truly works. So while we thought caffeine and sugar gave us that energy high where we would really, blow it out in the layup line, right?
Yeah.
In the layup line, we would be sweating and dunking and everything else. And then by the time the second quarter came, you were like, "Hey man, I need something to eat. I'm like hungry. You have an energy drop." So, think about how athletes used to eat, where everyone was about eating red meat. Everyone was about eating steaks, loading up with pancakes, pasta, and everything else. It's totally different now. So the understanding of the body and how your body works and how you can maintain it, that science, that knowledge has, definitely extended the playing careers of the athlete today.
I think it's a really interesting part of this. You show Tom Brady a plate of pancakes, he would lose his mind. Just lose his mind completely. Greeny and Isiah Thomas. All right, next order of business. What do we think of all these threes? The Nets took 40 threes last night. We had a team, I did the highlight yesterday. I think it was Utah, took 45 threes in a game the other night. Your season high for three-pointers in a season was 61. The game was so different back then. What do you think? Do you like or not like all the threes they're shooting in the NBA game today?
Well, I like when all areas of the floor is being used. So I like the mid range. I like the layup. I like the creativity. I like the art of the game. I like the way Kyrie Irving plays the game. He shoots layups. He shoots mid-range shots. He shoots a three-point shot. He's good in all areas of the game, and he's beautiful to watch. And Greeny, you'll understand this when I say this. The way the league has marketed the game has totally shifted because now the league markets and sells the jump shot. Mm-hmm. But when we were playing and when I was playing, the league marketed and sold the dunk. And it was about what you could do creatively in the air that no other human being really was capable of doing. So we sold the sublime. We sold the things like, oh, man, did you see what Dr. J just did? Did you see what Michael Jordan just did? Mm-hmm. Did you see the big guys, how, the things that you normally wouldn't see an everyday person do? That is what the NBA was all about. Now we sell the jump shot. And the jump shot every night is shown on television. And more people believe that they can play and shoot the jump shot than they ever thought that they could do the creative things in the air that we used to sell. Now, I love the creativity. I love the things that you do in the air. I love the breathtaking stuff that, you will go to a game every single night and you go, wow, I can't believe that this player just did that. But now every night, we see, like you say, 43-point shots. It's like, okay, I like that they make them, but does it really excite me to see a guy shooting a jump shot? I'm good with it, but, I've seen a lot of people shoot jump shots. I haven't seen a lot of people do the stuff that Dr. J and Jordan and those guys were doing in the air.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.